Today what is going on is I am going to share with you why the topic of self-love is, although extremely obvious that it's important, why it can be really easy to sort of just like skim over the topic or pass by thinking it's too obvious, it's too, yeah, okay, we all need to love ourselves, great. We all need more love in the world, great. But why loving all of you is the fastest path to experiencing the life that you really came to live. So isn't that a beautiful topic? So while we are going to be gearing up to talk about that, we're just going to take a moment to ground ourselves and to feel very connected to the intention of coming together, which is what is the intention today? The intention is, with all my heart, to hold space for a deepening of an appreciation of who we are and a deepening of an actual feeling of love for ourselves, not just using it as a mantra or working on ourselves to improve ourselves, but really deepening the feeling of loving ourselves and being in awe, standing in awe with the gift that we are. Oh my gosh, this is actually me we're talking about. This is me. So in this space, it's my intention as we gather any beautiful, beautiful souls that arise and join us today, that we all experience the highest perspective, that we all feel supported right where we are in our journeys, and that we can begin to release judgment for anything that our minds come up to say, any funky things that our minds want to say during this conversation, that we can just let it come up and let it go and really relax and give ourselves a break and not judge ourselves quite so much. So I call in the highest love light energy. I call that this field that connects us all be one that is infused with power and authenticity and deep, deep love, and that we all can just know and remember that we are exactly where we need to be on our paths, and that we are open for the next best step, that we are open for a path that is clear and exciting and the quickest path to all that we desire, that the space holds that, and so it is. So it is, so it is. So hi everybody. Okay, so I've been noticing that this summer, where I live in the northern hemisphere, and it is like towards the end of summer-ish. We still get a little ways to go, but this summer had a theme for me of new life wants to sprout, and there are parts of me that absolutely will not go into the future with this new version that is ready to come through. So as we all know, when we have expanded and we are ready to take on a next level, expanded, beautiful, love-infused, powerful way of living, when we're ready for that, it comes with letting go of how we used to relate to life, how we used to decide life went for us, attachments and things that really, quite frankly, feel painful and feel like they don't serve us. There's no energy in it anymore. So whenever we've become our new version, there will be energy for new things and new experiences and new frequencies. But when you don't allow yourself to naturally walk into those new energies and those new experiences, when you have resistance about what's coming, you'll begin to notice things become a lot more painful, and there's no energy in the things that maybe even used to light you up. Like, you might have something you're really interested in, but the approach that you had for it no longer feels exciting. It feels like it's stagnant, or there's just nothing there. So what we're looking to do when we are stepping into the new version of ourselves is we are looking to naturally allow the things that didn't serve us become something new. We do not need to look at any area in our life that feels like a block. We don't need to look at it as something that needs to go away or be fixed, because in the need to fix it, you are making it wrong. And in the making it wrong, you are holding on to it. And the more you say no to something, the more it stays there because it's your attention. Whereas the more you say yes to something that feels really, really good and you just allow it to be natural, the more that will naturally come to be. So in the endeavor to approach a new chapter of your life or approach a new manifestation you want to experience, it becomes very, very important. This is the number one thing. It becomes very important to be honest with exactly where you are, exactly how you feel, and exactly where you are. Because the sneaky thing is, and we're going to get into this in my 5-day party on loving ourselves more deeply, we're going to get into how sneaky and almost insidious. It's not really evil, but you know what I mean? It's like it gets in there. This creepy, sneaky little creeper of a thought that feels as though I really need to fix what's wrong in order, because if that thing didn't exist, I would be fine. I would be in abundance. I would be in this relationship. I would be living my best life with A, B, C, or D. But the sneaky part is that in identifying what doesn't work, you actually call it wrong. And the thing is, you cannot call part of your experience wrong without making yourself wrong, because reality is actually yourself projected out. It is actually your internal world showing up in the external. So as you want your external to reflect your new dream, it's important that the internal is right where that would be. And the right where it would be is not wrong. The right where it would be is something different. So what I really want to encourage all of us to do each and every day is to say, hey, when something comes up and it feels uncomfortable or painful or like I've outgrown this or this does not feel in alignment, I want you to just view it as a different option. I have this opportunity, I have this option, this option, this option. And in knowing I have all these choices, they're all simply different. They're different frequencies, they're different, they bring in different experiences. I'm going to experience something different over here it would be very different. So different is your best friend. The word different. When you notice something coming up and it doesn't feel right, instead of calling it something you would necessarily label bad, like, oh, that feels negative, or oh, that feels bad, or even certain words like the word pain can have a connotation of that's wrong, because if it's painful, it's hurting me. But there's a difference between letting yourself experience what's really here and calling it wrong, saying that it's something bad and it's after you. So what we're essentially, the key and the reason why I will make this the bulk point, besides all the meditations and experiences, guided experiences that we're going to do together in this 5-day event, the important thing is that you really, really, really don't pass the step of understanding that there is nothing in your experience that is wrong. There is only what is to be loved. And in the loving of it, you are free. In the loving of it, whatever arises can be what it naturally is, which isn't what you thought it was. So if you're experiencing something that's coming up and you're calling it anxiety, those are certain sensations that are connected to certain thoughts. But what we're going to do together is realize that first and foremost by declaring that that thing is just natural. Whatever is coming up, it's natural. It's a natural experience. It's not right. It's not wrong. I don't prefer it, but it's whatever. It is what it is. It's one of many experiences. As it comes up, I'm going to notice there are sensations in the body. Okay. It's okay to call them things as long as what I call them doesn't feel like it's wrong. So I'm going to call it up, and instead of saying, oh, I'm feeling so anxious, I'm have so much anxiety, I have, like, refraining from saying that you have something means that you own it. We want to loosen the grip on experiences that are meant to go from our lives by not identifying so strongly. So what we're doing is we're saying, okay, instead of calling it anxiety, I'm going to say, all right, I feel a tightness in my chest. I feel what sort of feels like a pit in my stomach. I feel this part of my body tensing. I feel this. I feel a little bit nauseous in this area, or whatever it is for you, you're going to notice, oh, that's really interesting, it feels like this. And then as you're having those feelings, no doubt your mind is going to be flooded with all the judgment, because that is really, everything you feel comes from a thought that is believed in. So without the thoughts, those feelings aren't there. And as those thoughts naturally come up, it's not bad that they're coming up. As they naturally come up, you are essentially allowing yourself to notice that, oh, right, there was a certain way of relating to my pain, relating to my life, relating to this person, or relating to this topic in a way that felt really, really painful. And these thoughts are just all coming up because those are the thoughts that I thought for a real long time. So I'm going to let those thoughts come up. I'm going to let them come up. I'm going to observe them. I'm going to observe the sensations. I'm going to observe the thoughts. And yet still here I am. Isn't that interesting that I'm still here? That I'm still safe? That I'm not changed. I always am here, no matter what. Whatever's coming up can come up. It can come and it can go, but I'm still here. And what you'll begin to notice as you let those things come up is that you are the dominant focus of what is real. And you cannot be wrong. You are simply you. You are simply present to experience. And so that is the precursor to doing the next level of work, which is actually to love those parts. And we're going to go over that together. But what I really want to say today is that you can't do this sort of process that I just walked you through. You can't witness and be there with, you can't face reality. You cannot face what is and see it and understand it and know it for what it is unless you're honest with yourself first. You need to be honest, and you need to be like, this is where I'm at. I'm not trying to be somewhere else. This is where it is. I'm not trying to make it something different. It's simply coming up. This is what it is, and I'm with it. And it seems so like no big deal to do this, but it is everything, because what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to be present with yourself. And presence is what unlocks the door to your magic. So I just wanted to leave you that little reminder, that little tidbit. I'm going to leave this video here, but I am going to be posting and putting some stories up that talk about my 5-day event. If you are interested, either say so in the comments or DM me, and I will make sure you get the information to join the private group where we will be doing this work together. It is going to be Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. It's going to be this coming Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Central Time. We're going to go 45 minutes, and we might go a little bit longer on Friday depending on how it goes, as like a sort of celebration. But this is going to be a container that allows you to see the importance of who you are, dedicate specific carved out sacred time just for you. This is not just like a workshop or like I'm going to learn how to do this new skill. This is dedication to your heart and loving yourself in the deepest way you've ever known yet. So if you would like to join us, it is free. It is an invitation to work with me and be in a group where we are supportive of one another, and there's just only so much more to come. So I'm really, really excited, like super excited, because I can just already see in my field, and I can already feel in my body. I can witness the shifts and the healing and the breakthroughs taking place in this week together because of who you are. You can't get away from who you are. You can't not help but be amazing. You can't not help but be a miracle. And the only thing required is to be courageous and honest and present, which sounds like a lot because we're not used to it, but you got this. I got you, and I will be talking with you more about it later, but you are so sweetly invited. Let me know again if you are interested in joining us, and we'll have more details to come, but I love you with all my heart. Always. Later.